What's up, everybody? Timothy Wills here, and see, I wasn't planning on doing a video anytime soon, but you know how it is when guys say do something, or when he say move, even though you think you're not gonna do nothing. Yeah, you already know. You know the rest. But we got to be careful how we judge people that are still in what they're in, because you don't know how God's going to use that person. You don't know how God's going to bring them out of what they're in. You don't know what they may be dealing with, what they may be going through. You don't know the purpose that God has for their life. Because some of your greatest ministers, pastors, evangelists, prophets, they started in those low places. They started doing, probably selling dope, kingpins, drug abuse, whoremongering, all kind of stuff, pimps, prostitutes. You'd be surprised about where a lot of actual ministers and pastors started, and that's why they're so effective in ministry, because they have been there, they have experience, and they can tell you effectively. I ask any of my friends this, anybody that inquires, if you was at a anti-drug rally or anti-drug campaign or something like that, which person would you rather hear this story from? Would you rather hear somebody tell you not to do drugs? Would you rather hear this from somebody that's never been around it, never seen weed, marijuana, cocaine, anything like that, never been around the stuff, never been around meth, never even seen it, been around it, spent their whole life in a book? Would you rather hear from that person, or would you rather hear from a recovering drug addict? Somebody that spent 10 years in and out of rehab, somebody had to struggle and fight and pray and get delivered from all of that. Which one would you rather hear from? Which state, which person has more weight when they speak? And the answer should be obvious. So that's how it is with ministry. So you have to be careful how you judge and how you look. If you're looking down on people that's still in what they're doing and that's living certain lives and doing certain things, you kind of have to be careful with that, because you don't know what God's going to do. They might become a mighty man or woman of God one day. You have to just pray to God, cover them, and keep them on the right path. Because a lot of things, even with a lot of things that I talk about, that I minister about, it comes from the experience. I don't just be talking outside of my neck. I don't just be saying stuff. I don't make up stuff. I tell you, look, I messed up here, 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 and here. This is how I know this, because I messed up right there. I know yeah, if you touch that knife, it's going to cut your hand. I know, because I have a cut on my hand. I literally have a cut on my hand. If you touch that knife, you play with them knives, you're going to cut your hand. I know. Trust me. Would you rather hear from me that actually cut my hand playing with a samurai sword? Or would you rather hear from somebody that has never been around a knife, never been around a sword or anything like that? Knives are sharp. I can tell you that. I have proof. Okay? So just like anything else with ministry, they can tell you, hey, you got to stay away from this. You can't do this. You got to walk this way. You got to walk this path. They know, because they have experience. They live that life. They know what it's about. They know that it leads to a dead end, because they've been there, and God had to bring them out of it. It's like with a lot of stuff, even when it comes to lust, there's no hope. If you go down that path, it's going to get you in trouble. It's going to lead you down a dark road. It's going to take you down. It's going to take you down through there. There's no good that will come out of it. It just doesn't end well. You're going to lose a lot of people that you love. It's going to cause you to lose people that you care about, even people that you actually intended to love. It's going to cause you to lose those people. And hear what I'm saying. That's one thing I can actually talk about. There's no good result that comes from that, because that particular thing has got me in trouble. It's got me in trouble. It's gotten me in a lot of situations that I couldn't even see my way out of. Gotten in trouble. I've lost friends, loved ones. Yeah, it's not worth it. I can tell you that, because I've experienced that. Just like with depression, I can tell you things about depression. I can tell you things about alcohol, certain, because done marijuana, other types of stuff, Trust me. I've been out there. I've done things. That's how I'm able to minister effectively. That's how I'm able to do my messages. I'm able to do my videos and different things like that because I have actual experience. I have blood, sweat, and all of that suffering into lack of disobeying God, not obeying Him, running from God, all that stuff. I know how it is to run from God. I know how it is to ignore God. Not, it's horrible. It's a horrible result. You're never gonna make it. Because I got experience. I got actual experience in this. So I could tell you it's not a good thing. I'm not saying it to judge anybody. I'm saying it because I know. I'm not saying what I think I know. I'm saying what I actually been through. It's not good. Lust is a terrible, terrible, terrible way to go. If you have that spirit, seek deliverance immediately because I know. I know. I've been down that road. I have it's not good. I did a where I went wrong series talking about it. It led to a lifetime of horrible toxic relationships, and it just wasn't good on my end. I caused a lot of not good situations to happen, and I can admit that because I'm one of the genuine ones. I do my ministry stuff to actually, I'm genuine when it comes to that. I'm a genuine person. So I'm not going to just tell people, you can't do this or you shouldn't do that. You're a hypocrite. I don't do all that. I use my experience, my knowledge, my wisdom to keep other people from going down the same path. I don't want anybody to go down the same path I went down. I don't want anybody to learn from the mistakes I had to learn the hard way. No one should have to learn what I had to learn the hard way. No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be a thing, because what I went through was you see the results from it. Now I'm having to go through a season of healing, severe depression, clinical depression, different things like that. It's not nothing. It's nothing fun about it. So we do these things. A lot of ministers. That's why I say you have to be careful who you look down on. Be careful when that person is in a low place, a dark place, or when they're still in the world or something. Just pray for them, or just because you don't know who God's going to use. Because some of your best ministers are the people who have experience, or some of the people who've been where you are. Some of the people who actually gone through hell and hot water. Some that have been tried in the fire, came out as gold. Some of the people that have actually done a lot of things that they're telling you not to do, and it didn't work out for them. It wound up being very bad for them. So they're there to tell you to not do it, because they don't want you to go down that same path. We're here to show you and teach you, this is not what you need to do. A lot of your best ministers have been in prison, have been probably facing murder charges and things like that, and got released because God intervened, divine intervention. So that's what I'm saying. We just have to be careful. Like I said, I can go on and on about this, but hope you get my point right now. I hope you learned something. If you live with God, believe what He say, He's going to take you a mighty long way. Like I said, we have to be careful who we look down on, because you don't know who's God going to use. Like I said, I've been through a lot. It's a lot of situations I didn't cause. It's a lot of situations I brought on myself. A lot of things I deserve to go through because I caused them. So, but it all boiled down to experience. That's where I teach from personally, and that's where a lot of other ministers, a lot of actual ministers and people, that's where they actually teach from. So, it's not always, so it usually leads up to that. A lot of people that are down in those places, they start there, but they wind up being used by God to bring forth deliverance and breaking yokes and bringing people to God, and so that's all I'd say. Y'all be blessed. I love y'all.